Tomorrow, I'm breaking off my engagement. Plus updates. Original post. Last week, I-25 male found out that my fiancée 24 female cheated with her boss. I'm not sure of his age, but he's in his mid-40s, I think. I also know he's married and has 3 kids. This happened last November on a work trip while out of town, and they hooked up 3 times. How do I know? Well, her boss's wife messaged me on Facebook and told me. She's also provided me with screenshots of texts and emails between them. Graphic discussions about how they cheated on us. Also, how they got over on us, and joked about it. But then she'll tell him in the same text that she loves me so this can never come out. The boss's wife, who seems very sweet when I met her at company functions before, is understandably enraged and heartbroken, and is having him served with divorce papers tomorrow. She's also going to drop a friendly email to their HR department. So, I'm sitting here on my phone typing this, while fiancé is across from me on the sofa on a computer, planning a honeymoon trip for a wedding she has no idea is never going to happen. She's completely oblivious to the fact that her life is going to fall apart tomorrow. I don't feel any sympathy at all since mine fell apart last week. And every time I read those texts and emails, I feel like someone is sticking a knife in my heart. 3 years down the drain. Though I'm just thankful I found out before we got married. I guess there's that to be thankful for. She has no idea, but I took a vacation day tomorrow. And after she leaves for work, I'm going to go around my place and collect up all her stuff, box it up and have it sitting by the door. Then I have to figure out if I can get any of the money I've already laid out for the wedding back. It was supposed to happen in October, but yeah, that's not happening. And when she comes home, I'm going to throw her out of my apartment and out of my life. I've debated posting all those screenshots on her Facebook page, but my sister talked me out of it. I also debated calling her parents. I feel bad for them as they are such great people that I'm going to miss her family. They've accepted me as one of their own, and I don't know what they're going to say. But I've decided that she can explain herself to them. I don't want to hear her excuses or her lies. At this point, I just want her out of my life so I can figure out what the heck I'm going to do with the rest of my life. Now for the top advice before reading the updates. I'm invested now. Let us know how tomorrow goes. I'm sorry this happened to you. Yes, we want to hear an update, OP. But please tell the boss's wife not to call HR until after the divorce is final. If he loses his job, he could try to go after her for alimony, and she does not want that. I would honestly send a quick text to her family, letting them know why you are calling off the engagement. This way, she can't turn it around on you and try to make you out to be the bad guy. Best of luck, OP. Keep us posted. OP needs to hear this advice. It is golden. If they reach out, tell the parents. If they ask for proof, deliver it. Mainly so she doesn't spin it into a whole web of lies of saying it was a misunderstanding. Yes, I'm petty. But if the truth doesn't come out, she might make you seem to be the a-hole of an ex-fiancé who broke up due to a misunderstanding. I am thinking I'm going to have to show her parents what I have, because when she shows up at their house and tells them I broke up with her, they're going to be shocked. I would call them after you get her to leave and let them know what happened, and you have the proof if they're interested. By the time she gets to their house or calls them, they'll already know the story. OP, also be careful when having her leave your apartment. When people feel backed in a corner, they do some crazy things. If you can have someone there with you who can serve as a witness in the event things take a turn for the worst. Ultimately, protect your peace, King. Now for the first update. Wow, I cannot believe the response this post has gotten. I can safely say the bomb is dropped. Around 8 or so, my phone started going nuts. Calls from her with voicemails after each call. I knew right away what's going on. So I immediately called my sister to tell her that it was happening. She told me to stay strong, and if I wanted her to, she would come to my place and sit with me. So she's doing that. Then I had a very difficult phone conversation with my ex's mother. Jesus, I can't believe I have an ex now. Difficult because this woman has done nothing to deserve the pain I could hear in her voice. Her whole family has been nothing but accepting to me since day one. I calmly as I could explain the situation to her mother and told her that I can't find it in myself to forgive this and that I'm going to be asking her to move out. Although she was very upset, her mother seemed to understand why I feel this way. She offered as well to come to my place and help my ex get her things. I think this is a pretty good idea. Then I texted a few of my closest friends about the situation. I have been getting bombed with text from them since, but have said as soon as I can I will talk to them. But right now I am completely overwhelmed. I listened to one voicemail from my ex, and it was what I expected. Crying and asking me to call her because we really need to talk. I called her back and she didn't answer, so I started to text when she called me. Immediately, she's telling me how sorry she is. Why did I call her mom? Why did I involve other people? So I lost it. It asked how she thinks I feel having to go get tested for STDs because my fiancé cheated on me. Do you know how embarrassing that is? So at least she didn't deny what she did. I told her she needs to come this afternoon and get her stuff out of my place, and that we are finished. She said we'll talk more later, but I cut her off and said, there's not a whole lot to talk about, is there? I also asked her how her and this guy could talk crap about me and his wife. Like they made fun of her for gaining weight after having 3 kids. This poor woman didn't deserve this. I didn't deserve this. I also said something to her about not trying to say she felt pressured because the guy's her boss. Her texts show clearly that she was a more than willing participant in all this. I guess she's got to meet with HR at work today, and the whole place is gossiping about the two of them. I can't feel sorry for either of them at this point. I'm already emotionally drained. It is not even 10 a.m. where I'm at. So once she's done with her HR meeting, I guess she's going to come here and get her stuff. I'm hoping it goes without much drama. My sister should be here, and I hope her mom comes with her. My landlord also says she'll be around, and she's also going to have my locks changed, hopefully, either this afternoon or tomorrow. I know this is like a long babbling post, but I was trying to remember a lot of things I said, and my mind is raving right now. Sorry this is happening to you, but you are dealing with this trauma like a boss. Long road ahead of you, but you have got this, dude. Go no contact and focus on you. Probably not the best idea to say he's dealing with it like a boss. As someone who went through breaking off an engagement like OP, it hurt at first, but in the long run, it was worth it. Why did I involve other people? Not sure why, but it still stuns me that someone can cheat, utterly betraying their partner, and then essentially ask, why did you keep my complete betrayal of you a secret? You know, after we hung up, it dawned on me that she involved someone else in our relationship, not me. I wish I had thought of that while still speaking to her. I am so sorry you're experiencing this, but you hit the nail on the head. If she brings it up again, smack her with the facts. Best of luck to you always. Man, I wish like hell you were my local friend. I'd come by for support and make sure cooler heads prevailed with all of this. You seem like you're staying strong through this, and you've handled everything to perfection up to this point. Stay strong. Get your emotions out when she's gone. You will need to get your emotions out, or else it'll drive you insane. Don't internalize them. Feel them, either alone or with those you feel comfortable with, like your sister or friends. Just don't give the ex any satisfaction. She deserves none. Once they're out, work on being a better you. Hit the gym. Read up on something that'll advance your career or just make you a better person. Spend time with your friends. Whatever your thing is, do it. Pamper yourself in the coming days and weeks. You'll need it to start healing. All the best to you, bro. Second update. Well, she's gone. She did show up with her mom and her best friend in tow, and my sister was there. No screaming, no yelling. She asked if I could just speak to her alone, and I told her that wouldn't be a good idea. I said everything she needed to say. She said it in her text messages with her boyfriend. Of course, the tears started, and her mom said that they'd make this as quick as possible. So her and her friend went and got some of her stuff, enough for a day or two. While she was gone, her mom apologized to me and said she didn't raise her daughter this way. And she asked if the guy is really married, and I said, yeah, he's married. Her mom seems pretty shattered by this whole thing. So as they got ready to leave, I asked, what about my ring, since it doesn't seem to mean all that much to you? Her friend opened her mouth like she was going to say something, and I shot her a look, and she immediately shut her mouth. I wouldn't take any bet in Vegas that her friend didn't know what she did this whole time. She covered her hand like she wasn't going to give me the ring, and her mom said, give him the goddamn ring. So she handed her mom the ring, and her mom gave it to me and again told me how sorry she is. I just dropped it in my coffee table. I don't even want to look at it. I guess she's going to come back for the rest of her stuff tomorrow with her dad. My sister said she'd like to pull the little girl's hair out of her head. Her words, not mine. But right now, I'm so beaten down by all this. I just want to lay down and sleep. She has some nerve to try to keep the ring. Because that makes it real. She could pretend that it was just a bump in the road as long as she had the ring, because if he really wanted to break up, he'd take it back. And he really wanted to break up, so he took it back. The amount of people that cheat and then are shocked their significant other breaks up with them is always surprising to me. My ex-wife got butthurt because I called her garbage after I found out she cheated on me. Some people don't have any shame, it seems. As someone who went through breaking off an engagement from a cheating partner just 2 weeks before the wedding, it hurt like hell at first, but in the long run, it was well worth it. Honestly, I would sleep with the boss's wife. My brother said the same thing. Do you know how things are going at the boss's house? No idea. I'm sure it's not fun there right now. I feel bad for the kids though. Last story. I took revenge on a cheating ex and I went overboard. Plus updates. Original post. So recently, I found out that my ex had a flirtatious relationship at work with one of her managers at a restaurant she works at. This involved dirty talking while on shift, compliments and photo sharing, and plans to hang out. I found out and told her not to text the other guy again and blocked him. Well, something told me to check her phone again, and it didn't take less a full day for her to respond back to his texts on iMessage, thus continuing the contact of cheating on me. What's worst is how she described getting caught by me to be hilarious, funny, and that she'll reach out to this guy when we're done. She made me sound like a doormat, a joke, an option, as if everything we had was a plaything for her to play with. Feeling emasculated, embarrassed, and surprised she could ever talk about me like this to another man, I posted her incriminating screenshots to her social media feeds, Instagram and Snapchat stories since I had access to the accounts, and sent those screenshots to the guy she was cheating on me with, at her boss at work, since she was doing it with another manager at a restaurant. I also sent them to her mother, as she was texting this guy the whole week I was helping her mother move to her new home. The guy responded immediately, and her boss and mother has yet to respond. She later called me back to apologize about the ordeal, but the damage was already done, and I broke the news to her about what I did and to screw her. I think I went overboard as this is something I've never done. Take revenge on someone by screwing them over. Now for the top comments before reading the updates. Well, you didn't release the pictures, so you're in the clear with that one. I've heard a saying once. It went something like, if something can be destroyed by the truth, it wasn't meant to be. If she didn't do anything wrong and you went overboard, she wouldn't be ashamed. Yep. I think this falls in the don't do anything you wouldn't want printed in the newspaper category. While we're taking Radma's advice, don't get tattooed anywhere a judge can see. And spend extra money on the things that go between you and the ground, such as shoes, tires, and your mattress. This is PG compared to the others I've read. Also, I can be petty, and I hate cheaters. So in my opinion, you went easy on her. I hope she loses the job, and if any of those guys are married or have a girlfriend, they get caught also. Better yet, if they do, send a screenshot to them also. My ex was a waitress at a members-only exclusive restaurant in downtown San Diego. Everyone was banging everyone. I think it's pretty common in the restaurant industry. Her coworker told me she was banging one of the servers. I confronted her. She didn't bother with denials or even to downplay it. She said that after work, they all would go downstairs to another bar and unwind and get tipsy. And things just happened. That was 5 years of wasted time. It really did a number on my self-esteem for a minute. Fortunately, I met the love of my life 2 months later, and now we've been married 25 years, with no cheating. There is life and love after this. Be encouraged. I sent them to her mother as well, as I helped her mother move to her new house. All the while she was texting this guy. I wouldn't call this overboard. It was a lot, and many people just say screw it and move on without taking this sort of action. It's all understandable given your outrage at being played, and she deserves whatever comes her way. Now for the updates. I've seen that her boss has looked at the message I sent her of my ex cheating at work on the job with another restaurant manager. The boss hasn't replied yet, but she definitely knows now. Time will tell if she'll continue to be working there. Update 2. Apparently, she still has her job from the restaurant, and she's doing damage control from the social media posts. Update 3. She replied back to me letting me know the developments about what I posted, learning before and that only a person like me would care to see that happen. The conversation turned in a really ugly name-calling match. The damage has already been done. I'm being spiteful and I'm done talking with her. I'm going to desperately seek therapy and work on myself for the better. I didn't expect this to blow up, but I appreciate the advice all around. She never wanted me or deserved it all. Update 4. I contacted the owner and showed him pictures of what happened. He legally said he can't involve for situations that happened outside a restaurant, when the screenshots clearly show her and the manager flirting during the workday on the hour. I don't think he really wants to get involved. We live in an at-will employment state, meaning the employer can fire you for any reason other than an illegal one. So as uncomfortable as it is for her, the owner, the GM, the manager she cheated with, unfortunately she'll keep her job, but boy it will be uncomfortable working there. Final update. The guy she managed to cheat on me with is a single father co-parenting his son with another woman. I found out who the woman was and showed her all the screenshots. Unfortunately, she saw them texting each other for well over a year ago, and that she told him to not text her anymore because she doesn't want him hanging out with anyone that doesn't like the mother of their son. My ex-girlfriend knew her and was extremely rude and snobbish with her. They're not together anymore, so she didn't know the exact lengths of their relationship. However, she knew they texted each other a lot. To no surprise, their relationship also ended because he was also cheating on her at the same restaurant with another woman that worked there while their son was extremely young. For all the talk about how my ex-girlfriend didn't want to be a single mother and how she despised her father for cheating on her mother while she was pregnant, she sure loved playing the role as the other woman.